What's happening, everyone? Today, I have the privilege of introducing you to Jim. You can all call him James. Miles.
Yes. I prefer that.
A world-class chef and a
I wish.
connoisseur of the horror genre, if you will.
Weird Japanese shit.
You actually, you told me that you had a surprise actually that just arrived today. So what was this? It just arrived at your house.
I'm going to pull it up just because it's going to be kind of easier to show you. This is the movie.
So it is called Ani Baba.
Yes. It is a 1964 Japanese, I don't know. It's a horror, but it's kind of like a psychological thriller. It's kind of set in medieval Japan. So I can kind of read the synopsis unless you're going to pull it up, but it's kind of it's about an older woman and her daughter-in-law who survived by a killing and a stabbing, robbing of a lost samurai, but their lives are disrupted by a neighbor and a mysterious demon mask. It's really haunting. I don't know, there's something about 1950 and 60 and even going into 70 movies that kind of have this weird mystique and aura to them that I really dig. I don't know, it's just just the darkness of them. And especially Japanese, man, they just make some incredible shit.
But do they still? Because I know that, if you look at Korean movies are a big thing now, right? It seems like South, and I'm talking just South Korea, but it seems like they've really come into it right now. Ever since their what was it, Squid Games?
Yes,
everybody's been paying attention, and even my sister watches Korean soap operas,
right?
Right.
And I think the thing about it is which really is so fascinating to me about any kind of Korean, Japanese movie. Even if you look at The Ring, if you look at the original Ring, right? And The Grudge, a lot of these movies, as they were being made, they would remake them in the United States less than 2 years after they were introduced in Japan. You know what I mean? These movies were made, produced, filmed in Japan. They got released. And then already, within 2 years, the United States had already made a remake of the movie. Because I think a lot of it is horror movies, Japanese and Korean movies, and any kind of horror, even Indian horror, even Bollywood movies, right? A lot of them don't do great over here because people don't want to go into theaters and read the subtitles, right?
Right.
So what we do is Hollywood just takes them, remakes them, and then here you go.
Yeah, in a nice little package for us.
Right, and they Americanize a lot of them.
If you look back, and that's I just thought of this now, but it makes total sense because even the show Power Rangers was basically a Japanese show that they just literally, but they took it a step further and maybe a step lazier and didn't not just remake it, but use that exact footage and then just have a backstory. So you really are only filming half of an episode at any given time.
Right, exactly. It's crazy, man. Hollywood's so fucking weird.
And it's probably, obviously it was some director went over to Japan and was oh yeah, you got to go see what's coming out in Japan because you can just pick from those ideas.
Yeah.
Get those ideas, bring it over here and just make 10 times as much money.
Right. Yeah, and that's what they do. And it's almost it's almost weird to me because I know a lot of people are oh, did you see this new horror movie? Oh, did you see that new one? And it's hard for me. Being the age I am too, I always see it when I'm younger. You're always I don't want to be like your dad. He's still listening to this and we're listening to music. But I find myself in that position now. Right. Especially with music. I find, or not just music, but movies too. I find myself it's harder for me to watch newer horror movies because to me it's the same recycled bullshit. It's almost no one has newer ideas.
But nobody does.
Yeah, and it's everything has been used. Look at all the slashers, the newest slasher probably to me, and I know it's mainstream now, but look at Terrifier. Like, what an incredible, in it art wise, like, I mean, not the clown, but actually just, you know, I mean, obviously Art the Clown, but art wise, just the way it was filmed, the way that, like, they're using mainly all practical effects for the movie, you know, the movies, and the way they're doing it now, like, to me, that's real art, like the way they're doing it. Like,
well, and yeah, and it has to have some kind of gimmick to get people in. And for me, it was his tiny hat. You know, I mean,
right. And the fact he was a mime, probably, you know,
you come for this tiny hat and you stay because it keeps you glued to your seat and you're like, oh no, you know, it's that classic horror, you know, and I haven't really been about the slasher films or anything, you know, I mean, you have Scream back in the day or whatever, but for me, it's always been those weird ones that just have like,
me too.
You know, it's just like, what does this bring to the table? If it's just a slasher in a high school, then it is what it is. But what does it bring? And Art the Clown, because he's a clown.
Right.
You know, I mean, clowns are scary just naturally for some reason.
And like the thing about it is you always get these weird fucking booms, right? Like you get these booms where like clowns are the thing. Yeah. And then you get this boom where like sharks are the thing. So then, like, you get this whole period of 1 or 2 years where it's just they're flooding the market with shark films. Yeah. And then, you know, with the breakout of the remake of It, right? Like, clown films have always been a thing, but they've always flooded the market. But it's so weird because, like, we just, with Art the Clown, and then me and my wife just went to the theater and we seen Clown in a Cornfield. Did you see that? Okay, so I just bought it because that's me. I have to have physical copies. Like, I'm a physical like, I have probably, I think, over 3,000, like, just movies and DVDs because I like the physical copies.
Well, in Netflix and Amazon Prime, they can take a movie down and you'll never see it again.
Right.
You know, you give them that power.
Right.
Like that. We have our DVDs too, and my wife's like, "Why do you keep all these DVDs? Why?" Come on, because I want to watch Ernest Scared Stupid. Let
me give you a perfect example of that. Recently, did you see the new Hellraiser? It came out on Netflix. So it was essentially, it had the female Pinhead, right? Which and wonderful movie. I loved it. I know a lot of people that are like, you know, oh, I'm a true fan. I like look past all that bullshit and watch the movie for what it is. Incredible movie, but it's not being released on DVD or any kind of Blu-ray here in the United States, so it's very hard to get. It's like they only released it, I believe, in Europe. I can't even tell you the locale. I know it was somewhere in Europe that they released it. I think it might have been all Europe. I don't know. But it's like you can't get it here. And it pisses me off because it's like I want to watch it again, but I can't. Because it's not back on streaming. I'm sure, like, if I go to, like, some underground streaming site, I can find it. But I'm not doing all that bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm out of the time or energy to do all that. I work and got shit to do. So, you know what I mean?
I mean, I guess you would have to do, like, hook up a screen record to your TV. And then just burn it to a DVD. Remember that?
Yeah, dude, yeah.
That's old technology.
I still have fucking DVDs because, like, my parents had just moved here from PA. And so, like, when they were moving out shit that I still had at their house, like, I was going through it when I brought it here. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I had, I don't know, Home Improvement, right? Which it's, like, one of my favorite shows of all time. Like, literally... You could ask my wife for the last, like, probably 6 months. It's been, or no longer than that. Probably the last year it's been on Netflix. And I watched 1 through 8 season probably like 3 times. I'm still watching it now. It's like my comfort show. I don't know why. I just love it. But I had the seasons on DVD. I burn them all.
Yeah.
And it was hilarious because it was like season 1, Home Improvement, you know, season 2. And then I had like some other weird shit in. But yeah, I mean, I could do that, but I want the physical copy, man. I want to watch that fucking thing.
And yeah, I mean, they just don't make it easy.
No.
You know, because you would have to do the burning it and the screen record. And it's like, at that point, those are the people that probably should have those copies.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But to just buy it off of Amazon or something, I mean, that's like, that sucks. But that's how it's going because when you make the movie and then you release it, it's the film company that makes the movie that makes the money off of the sales of the DVDs or whatever. You know what I mean? The streaming companies.
Well, the distributors, the streaming companies don't make anything.
Yeah.
I'm sure they get a cut here or there, but it's also too about marketability, right? Like when they stream it like that, where was it mainly watched at? Like, were there more viewers in the certain area of Europe? Okay, we're just gonna release it there because we know the DVD sells. And I get it, because I am one of those guys that, like, there are so many older movies that, like, I love that aren't. Look at the original 1960s Batman. This is a good example of what happened. Like,
with Adam West?
Yes. So for years, you couldn't, like, I love them. I am so in love with them, and I couldn't, because it's so campy, right?
Yeah.
Like, I love campy shit, especially campy horror movies. But that, for instance, you couldn't get it for years because the company wasn't going to release it. They weren't releasing it on DVD because I think the ownership had switched, and this company didn't want to release it, and that company. And then finally, 40, 50, 60 years, however many years it was, for like 50 some years later, they finally released it on DVD and you can get it.
Right.
But that's the thing. It just depends on, is the company going to release it or not? Because they're a business, right? They're not gonna release it just because Jim Miles that lives in Mountain View, California wants it. You know what I mean? Like, I am one of maybe, a couple thousand people in the United States that want the physical copy of that. So it's like, the way that the tides are shifting now, a lot of people aren't buying the physical copies. They're just,
Yeah, I mean, there was a show. It was like one of those old. Remember when Fox Kids they had like a mini series on or something like that. Well, there was this one called Red Planet, and Mark Hamill was in it, right?
Yes.
But and it wasn't the Red Planet with Val Kilmer. It was based on a Robert A. Heinlein novel,
right?
And there's only one person on YouTube that has like the screen, like somebody had recorded the screen, but with a camera,
right?
And so it has like the
right,
and so it's very shitty quality, but it's like the only time that we could watch it. I wanted to show it, so my daughter, like Aurora, she watched it and she loves that movie, but it's like, Dad, why does it look so bad? It's like, this is something that you'll never probably see anywhere else. And I hope that guy never like posts anything he shouldn't on YouTube and gets that thing taken down.
Right.
But it's kind of like that, and it's just, it's a little bit of gatekeeping by people that if they can't make money off it, then they don't want you to see it.
They don't want
no advantage. Yeah.
Right. But then you do have certain companies like Anchor Bay, they would release, some stuff. And you have like these film companies that will find original prints of movies and release it depending on like but they won't make that many copies, right? It's just like these underground companies. I mean, they're major companies, like Arrow, I think is one. I believe it's Arrow, but like it's one of these companies that will find footage of these movies and then they'll release it. They'll do an updated version of it, like in HD or whatever they can do, depending on how much footage they can get. And they can, they'll release it on DVD. But a lot of them aren't. No, some of them are still on VHS that you can't find. I think like I don't think it was really recent, but one of the movies that kind of like skipped through, they like got overlooked during the whole slasher era, like in the 80s, because there was a huge slasher boom in the 80s. Like,
with like Halloween, and Freddy.
And Friday the 13th came out, and Nightmare on Elm Street came out. And, even Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I kind of consider that like not really the start of it, but that was when it was starting to gain access or gain momentum, right? And like a movie called Final Exam. It was an amazing movie. It was very low budget, but it was amazing. It was like, there was like, you never found out who the killer was. You did, but like, you never found out why. I don't even think, I can't remember in the movie if you even figured out his name, but he just started killing people and that was it. And then that was the end of it. Like, that was all it was, but it was so cool because like, you look at like the Halloween franchise, right? Like you look at the original. And the original, they were, it could have ended right there. right? Like the end of it, Michael died at the end, Loomis shot him, that would have been the other movie. Would have been an incredible movie. But the film, the powers that be seen the money that it was starting to make, so they wanted a second one. So when that starts happening and greed comes in play, then they start to explain like backgrounds and histories and like this and that. And
the lore.
Right, the whole lore of it. And sometimes I like that, but sometimes it can just be very fucking weird, like just strange. And like if you look at Halloween 2, Jamie Lee Curtis had cut her hair off to do another role. So if you look at it, she just has a bad wig on the whole movie.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
What was that? True Lies?
I think.
Yeah.
I think it might have been. I got to look at the dates. I don't remember, but I know she had cut her hair off and it wasn't as long as it was, so it wasn't going to look right. So they just made her like a really bad wig. Yeah, it looked horrible. But when they do shit like that, like I like the mystique of the movies where it's like, but then at the end you're like, fuck, I want to know who the killer. I want to know why they're doing it. So then they make a part 2, right? And then you finally get to see why the killer is doing what they want and why they're killing or whatever, right? But then they keep making parts and they keep like expanding or like on the lore just to keep it interesting, and then it just becomes boring, it becomes stupid.
It's almost like it's like a Madden. It's like a Madden game that comes out every year.
Right.
It's like I got the last one. I'm pretty sure this one's the same.
Right. It's the same shit. Yeah. It's like all those 2K games. They're gonna come out and it's all gonna be the same crap. And they like it's so weird, man, because like some of that crap I like, because I do like campy shit. I like dumb, like I'm a huge like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Yes.
Like I actually have the tattoo on my thigh.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I have Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, and I have a movie called Street Trash, which is like it's hard to explain. Like I wouldn't even get you. We'll have to look it
like
up.
Toxic Avenger. Yeah,
it's kind of like that. So actually, I just bought the new one, the Toxic Avenger. I just got it on 4K. The Steelbook. Yeah, the one that came out with Peter Dinklage.
Oh,
but all the originals I own. Like I have all the original 4 Toxic Avengers on. I have them on DVD because they didn't at the time when I was buying them. They didn't have them on Blu-ray, right? And I have like there's another movie on there. I mean, there's so many movies that Trauma just put out, like Sergeant Kabuki, man. It's NYPD. It's fucking amazing. Such a good movie.
Have you seen Night of the Lepus?
Yes.
With the giant rabbits?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it's like the most peaceful looking rabbits, and they're just like, you could tell that they filmed them just hopping around.
Right.
And then they're like, oh yeah, put an RV here.
Right. Dude, it's so bad. And I love that shit. Like, I don't know why. I'm so, like, I love that weird shit. Like, if you look at my movie collection, it's so fucking weird. Like, I do have, like, Silence of the Lambs, right? Like, I have that. I have The Living Deads. I have, all the Halloweens, all the Friday the 13th, all the, those ones. Because I do love them, and even if I don't like the film, I'll buy it. Like even they did the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I think it was 2022 for Netflix. They had it out on Netflix, which it's on their streaming now. You can watch it, but it was okay. It wasn't a great movie. Like it got bad reviews. No one liked it. I thought it was okay, but I'm still trying to get it on Blu-ray because I fucking want it in my collection.
Yeah.
I just wanted to have it because I know that now it's streaming on Netflix, but 10 years down the road, it's going to be a thing of the past. There's going to be probably 5 or 6 more movies, and one day I'm going to get a hankering for it to watch it, and I'm not going to have it, and I'm not going to be able to find it, So
yeah.
I don't know.
Did they ever go through like the backstory on Art the Clown from Terrifier? I don't know if they did.
I was just going to say, that's the only thing cool that they did about Terrifier is they're doing it according to what people are saying, like what the word is and like the rumors. And I think Damien Leone, who is actually the director and writer of it, I am pretty sure this is accurate. Don't quote me on this because I don't know.
Oh, these people are vicious.
I know, right? But I'm pretty sure from what I've heard that they're gonna kind of do an origin. I think like in the first like 10 minutes of this movie, you're gonna kind of get Art's origin.
So
so we'll find out. But it's cool the way they did it, because the way he did it was he was just like, he kept it fresh. Like, he didn't do the first movie and then start out the second movie with Art's origin and then just keep beating a dead fucking horse for 2 more sequels, you know?
Just keep, like, let's watch him be a killer for like three movies.
Right. And that's what they did. I don't know. Did you see the last one?
I think I only saw 1 and 2.
Oh, fucking.
But I saw them back to back.
Dude, the third one's amazing.
Really?
Yeah, it's so good.
What happened in there? Because I may have seen it. I may have watched all 3.
There's the one where he was in the Santa Claus suit. And just the kills in them are fucking amazing, dude. You have to watch it. If I would have known, I would have brought the Blu-ray over and let you watch it today.
Yeah, because all the horror movies are kind of like going away from streaming because it's not Halloween season anymore, you know?
Right. Yeah, and they're all, so I use Screambox, which is, so it's, no one's ever really heard of it because everyone uses like their Shudder and stuff like that. But Screambox, I've been using it for almost, I don't know, since I think second Terrifier came out, because they were going to stream it exclusively on Screambox. So I got it. I pay like $22 a year. That's it.
Oh, really?
Oh, I pay a year. Yeah. And it has like it's called Screambox. And it's got just like, you know, they're starting to get up, or it has originals. It has like, you know, they have like the Terrifier 3s on it, Terrifier 2s on it. They have Sharknado. They have like, there's so much shit on it now. And they have like original ones. Bloody Disgusting does things with them too. BloodyDisgusting.com, which is like a pretty big horror website. And they have like, yeah, they have all the updates. Actually, I think that's where I heard that Damien Leone's they're gonna do the whole lore of, you know, his background for Art the Clown. I think that's what I heard on Bloody Disgusting, but yeah, they do. It's really cool, man. It's like $23 a year. You pay it a year.
Yeah.
How do you beat that shit? Like Shudder now, it's like $9 a month. I'm paying 23, and I don't even realize when it comes out because I have it hooked up to my credit card. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I forgot about that.
It's like buying one beer at a restaurant for a whole year.
Yes.
You know?
Right.
You know?
And the thing about Screambox is like it's not like a lot of the mainstream shit. Like when Terrifier 2 came out, right? Like, I mean, it wasn't that big. I mean, it was big, but it wasn't that big. So it's like you're probably not going to get on Shudder, which don't quote me on that because I don't know. I don't have Shudder. But I know it was going to be exclusively streaming on Screambox. So it might be on Shudder and them now, but I know when it first came out streaming, it was only on Screambox. Toxic Avenger. They were doing a lot of promotional work with Screambox for it. So they had like all the old Toxic Avengers. They had Class of Nukem High from Troma. They had Sergeant Kabuki Man was on there. And they had a couple Blood-Sucking Freaks, like a couple other things that Troma released. They had on Screambox, so I'm pretty sure they're going to stream it. But I ended up buying the Steelbook anyway because I wanted it, and it came before it started streaming. But they do a lot of shit like that. Like, they're not going to have like the Annabelles, or, you know, they might at some point, but I that's not what I watch. Like,
no Human Centipede 2.
Right. Oh, dude, fuck, what a fucking movie.
Wait, was there a second one?
There was 3 of them.
Why didn't that? You know what they really need to do is, you know how they went from like Jurassic Park to Jurassic World? Right. They need to go from Human Centipede to Human Millipede.
Oh, dude, right?
You know, then it's like thousands.
The third one, I know this is probably like a not so, what do I want to say? Not so great opinion when people are going to look at it. But the third one I thought was fucking amazing. It's held in a jail in Texas. And like the warden is just like this over the top fucking, just over the top real piece of shit. I mean, he's a piece of work, dude. It's amazing. The guy who plays him is just amazing. And he's essentially like, it would be like what he reminds me of in this part is like if you had a meth addict running a jail, being a warden of a jail. That's what he kind of reminds me of. Like he's just this real like, I'm gonna fucking get, you know what I mean? And that's his thing. That's part of his plan to like save money for the jail and all this shit. He's just gonna hook everyone ass to mouth and then just feed the third person and get everyone nutrients, and that's what he's gonna do. It's fucking amazing, dude. It's so gross. It's like it's so like just the movie's just for shock value, right? Like it's almost like Hostel, right? Like the original Hostel was a great movie, and like all the sequels after it were like, okay, it's cool. It's just torture porn at this point, right?
But I do like. I credit the Hostel movies, especially the first one. I credit that with all the money that I've saved for wanting to travel.
Right.
You know, like, cause I don't really have the travel bug anyway. Like, I would like to go to all the different states and all that, you know, like the East Coast and wherever. But like, I don't really have that kind of drive to travel Paris or to backpack through things like that. Same. You know? And
it's like, now that you're actually talking about, well, it's not really funny, but my oldest son, Xander, he's 24. Him and his girlfriend have the travel bug. They go, dude, they've been everywhere. Literally, they've been to Europe. Like, they don't have kids. They don't have pay. You know, they have a couple bills they pay, right? They get time off, and they get they'll go to the airport and they'll get these flights where you don't find out where you're going until you get to the airport. And they're really cheap, and they go there and they pick dates, and then you go, I don't know what it is, don't ask me because I don't travel like that. And they go to the airport, and essentially you find out where you're going when you get to the airport. And they'll do, like, a lot of the times they don't do that, but like if they're like, hey, let's go on a quick vacation, they'll do that shit. But this last time they wanted to go to Colombia. And so they went to Colombia, and they got outside of their hotel. They went somewhere off the beaten path, right? Like they weren't in a touristy part. And they went back to their hotel, and his girlfriend wanted to stay there. And he was like, oh, well, I'm going to run to the store. I don't know if he was buying vape shit. I don't know what the hell he was doing, but he wanted to go to the store, right? And some guy held a gun to his side, and was like trying to walk with him, like trying to rob him, right? And so my son just kept like kind of walking until he got to a touristy part where a lot of people were, and then the guy just took off. Yeah, dude. So it's like fucking, I see where you're at on that. Like, I watch so much horror shit, and I filled my mind, like I've almost destroyed my mind with like serial killer shit, horror shit. Like, I'm so desensitized at this point. Like, I can probably walk out and see someone get cut up in the street with a chainsaw, and I'm like, all right, eat my sandwich and go back in the house. You know what I mean?
Or you know, if you want that kind of experience, just go through the Tenderloin or the Mission District.
Right, I live there.
You know, or East Oakland.
When I first came here, that's where I lived at, the fucking Mission, dude. Oh,
really?
Oh, dude, yeah. So a girl I had grown up with, I had went to high school with, not technically I did go to high school with her, like 10th and 11th grade, right? And she had moved out here we graduated in 95, and she had moved out here like right after, and she had went to school, but she's been here ever since. So when I first moved out, she's like, well, hey, I got an extra room. She was like, you know, you can come stay to try to get up on your feet. And that's what I did. And it was like right in the fucking Mission, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like right off of like 16th. Yeah.
Okay.
So it was like 16th and Mission is where I live, like right, like you walk up 16th and go down a back road. She lived like back there. But yeah, the shit I would see, and I'd work at the airport. So I first got a job working at the airport in a kitchen there called Perry's. It was in Terminal 1. Well, I'd work until 11:30. So I wouldn't get home. You know, by the time I got on BART and got home, it'd be like 12:15, somewhere around there, depending on BART was pretty smooth at night. It wasn't too bad because there wasn't like a ton of people going into the city, maybe coming out, right? Mm-hmm. So it wasn't too bad of a ride. And I would come home, man, and I was just like, holy fuck. Like, this is crazy to me. Just like some of the shit. Like, I've been to New York City and I've seen some shit. But just the shit you see on Mission, especially like even just in the BART stops, I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like some dude shitting on the wall and
and BART?
Yeah,
well, dude, I used to ride it out because I worked for the Niners, and so when I would ride it out there,
right?
There was this woman that she just shot that right in her, just right in there, and then as if that wasn't bad enough, like she got up and she left. It was in there the whole time,
right?
She just like almost forgot that it was in there and just like, all right. I was like, oh God.
Yeah, dude.
And I videotaped it on my phone, right? And this is back when like you had like a little, not quite a Nokia, but like in between what we have today and like a My Touch 3G or something like that, right?
Or like a Razor or something.
Yeah,
Motorola Razor or some bullshit.
So the camera wasn't that greatest. It was kind of grainy, but like I videotaped it and it was like, and then like I posted it somewhere. I think it was on MySpace or my Facebook, and it was like, people were like, why didn't you help her? Help her do what?
Right.
Help her do what? Like, this woman needs help. Like, needs help. No. What?
Right.
Holy shit. No. I don't want to sit on one of those needles, though.
Right. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. So the funny thing is like, after all that had happened, right? Like, I just didn't want to stay. There was just a situation. I moved out of staying with her, right? But I still worked at the airport. But then after that, I got a job in San Francisco, which is even further for me because I was staying with my sister in Mountain View.
Oh,
so this is before I had rented a room in Daly City. So, which I was only there for a couple months, and it was like right when I met my wife, and then we had moved in together. Not sure wasn't that long after I moved to Daly City, right? Mm-hmm. So I was going into the city, so I was taking Caltrain, then taking BART, and then going into the city and getting off Union Square, and I was like just walking up Union Square up to Sutter, just seeing the crap that you see. Like, dude, I seen this lady. I could have swore she could have been an extra in like a Living Dead movie. Like, it was like her feet, her legs, everything was black, and it was just bad, dude. Like, I felt bad because I know drugs are a huge thing, and like I get it. Like, don't get me wrong, I get it. I've had friends that were drug addicts. I know people like two of my best friends died from drug use, right? When I was in my 20s, we were all in our 20s, right? And I'm 40, I'm going to be 49, right? So, this was 20 years ago, 25 years ago. And like, I know what it's like and I see that, but you just feel so bad because you see it. It's so predominant and it's so in your face.
Yeah.
Like, my lifestyle and just the shit I did, it doesn't bother me. Like, it bothers me to see people like that, but it doesn't bother me to see it. Like, I'm like, okay, whatever. They're on drugs. They need to get help, right? Whatever. And but like, you see some of these people that are in like San Francisco shopping that have money, and it always reminds you of like that movie where you have the business guy from the 80s, like, don't touch me, you freak. You know what I mean? And
with a sweater wrapped around your shoulders.
Right. And it's so fucked up because like my hometown, like that's how people looked at me because like, when I was back in the 90s, like it wasn't like like if you were heavily tattooed, like you were either in a gang, you were in a bike gang or something, or you were in prison, right? Like that's how it was. So it's just like so messed up, but it's like no one's like reaching a hand to like help people. And I don't know, it's just so weird to me being in the city, man. But then again, you're walking up the street and I don't want to see someone sitting on the stairway to, because these people are paying $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 for these apartments, and like in their walkway, there's a guy on the steps shooting up heroin or passed out in a puddle of piss.
Yeah, back then there was not as much poop.
Right.
At the very least, we can at least say that it could get worse. And
right, it does. Poop. Like when I lived there, like so I moved in, it was like 2016 era. I worked there up until from like the end of 2000, probably like mid 2017s. Somewhere around there. It's like 4 years I worked in the city, 3.5, maybe somewhere around there. Cause I got my current job in like 2020. So it was, probably like 3-4 years. And I could just tell you, man, like the poop in the city, like I've never seen that in my life. I'm like, what the fuck? Because when I used to.
Because you've never been to India.
Right. Might be it. But the fucked up thing is like my sister, this is so funny because my sister has been here since the 90s, right? Like she had graduated in like, I don't know, so like 96, I think she came here because her she came here for college. She came here because she already went to college. She went to Carnegie Mellon in Pittsburgh, and then she moved out here to finish at Stanford, right? So I would come visit, like probably, I don't know, like early 2000s or whatever. And so then when I would go home and people would say, what do you think of San Francisco? And I'd tell them, oh man, it's like the cleanest city I've ever been to. Because it was. Like when I would come here, like in the late 90s, early 2000s, like San Francisco was immaculate.
Yeah.
Like probably the places I went to, like, you know, everyone goes to the pier, right? Like she'd take me there. We'd go here. I don't even remember the places I went.
Lots of sea lions or whatever.
Right. And all that, you know, touristy shit, right?
Alcatraz.
But still, like, yeah, but it was still clean. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like a poop-filled cesspool. It is now. It'd make a good movie, dude.
I mean, so
right.
Speaking of poop-filled cesspools.
Yes.
You were talking about a Japanese movie.
Yes.
Before we started, you were talking about what was it called?
It was. Wait, hold on. I gotta pull it up for everyone's viewing. Could you pull it up?
Yeah, we'll pull it up.
Okay, yeah, pull it up because I know we had talked about it. So.
Okay, are we ready? Should we play the clip?
Yeah, just play the clip.
Whoops.
This movie is called Zombie Ass. I can't even say it, dude. I'm cracking up. Night of the Dead Toilet. Right? Am I right? Yeah. A Toilet of the Dead. I am so sorry.
Oh, your Japanese is a little off.
Yeah, I know, right? And I don't, if I try to pronounce it Japanese, I'll come off as racist because I'm a white tattooed guy, so I'm just going to shut my fucking mouth. Zombie Ass Toilet of the Dead.
Is that just a worm she's eating? Oh.
Yes.
Oh. Oh no, not a sailor suit. This is always bad when they're wearing that.
Oh yeah, dude. Come on.
Oh.
And you know how perverted these movies are. I mean, I don't want to say the Japanese as a whole, but the Japanese culture, there's a lot of perversion that goes on.
They're a lot less shy.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Yeah, they don't give a shit. They're like, here it is. This is what we're doing. Oh, we're going to put a girl killing zombies. We're going to put her in a schoolgirl outfit and make her kill zombies.
What? Oh, Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
These clips give this movie no justice. Like, I can focus on movies.
Oh, no.
Dude, right? I can focus on movies, but yet again, I can be very distracted if I'm not interested in something. And this was all subtitles, and it was probably one of the only movies that I watched with subtitles the whole way through.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Boo-boo sound.
Zombie. Just the way he says it too, he's like, zombie us.
Zombieass.jp, everyone, if you want to check it out.
Look, and like if you look at that, so that's the cover for Dawn of the Dead. So like the original Romero trilogy, that's like the DVD cover for, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Dawn of the Dead, the way they do it. So look.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So the way they did it was kind of a play off that, which is kind of funny too, though, because where I grew up at in Pennsylvania, like all those movies were filmed around there. Like Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead. George Romero, actually, he like his production company was there. I think it's still there. I think his son, I don't know. Whatever. I'm not even going to get deep into that. But I know that he filmed all those around there. Even the newer ones were kind of based in Pittsburgh. And Tom Savini, who did all the makeup, he has a makeup school in Menneson in Pennsylvania. And that's actually where I almost went to before I went to culinary school.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What? So how far away were you from from Salem?
Oh, fucking hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I can't remember the drive. I can't remember. But it's up pretty.
For everybody out here, it's kind of like, well, they're all close together, so it must have been like an hour drive.
Right. No. It's definitely not. Well, I can even, honestly, I could probably even Google it and tell you.
You guys had your honeymoon there, right?
We did not. We didn't go on our honeymoon yet.
Oh, is it a surprise?
Yeah, no. She knows. We just haven't done it yet.
Oh,
yeah. I don't know how many hours it is, but either way, it's a pretty far drive. But you look at it like New York's pretty quick, and you can get to New York City in like 5.5, 6 hours. I can't remember the exact times, but I used to go up to Canada a lot, to Niagara Falls, because it's not that far either. Michigan, like Detroit. All that stuff's pretty close together. West Virginia is like an hour drive.
Have you ever gone to New York City and played chess with those old guys in the park?
No.
That's one thing I want to do. It's on my bucket list.
Do I look like I fucking play chess?
I mean, dude, I'm not. I can play, but I'm not that good. And like, even losing my ass, I would definitely, even if they maybe put like $50 down or something. That's a bucket list thing.
Right, and then like. I don't know. Like, I know how I can't sit here and say that I know how to play chess, but I know how to play chess as well as I know how to play checkers. Like, I know what all the little
I don't know how to play checkers, really.
Yeah, like, I know what the pawns and shit do, and like, I know what each one, which way it can move and shit. But I don't have patience for that shit, man. I can't do it.
Your patience goes as far as zombie ass.
Yeah, that's as far as it goes. Like me actually being able to sit down and watch and I even paused it to read some of the subtitles.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's weird to me because I would never fucking do that. I don't know, man. It's like, and it's just weird shit I'm into. Like I love shit like that though. Like my whole thing, like the cameras that you were using. I know me and you were talking before, right? So during the pandemic, I'm a chef, by the way. I work at Meta, Facebook, because if I say Meta, people are like, what the hell was that? But they renamed the company, so I just say Facebook. And that's all we're going to talk about work. I'm not going to go into the details of my job or anything within Meta, just for security reasons.
Naturally.
Right? So, so over the pandemic, we weren't on site, right? And I got to give it to Zuck Dude because he was paying all of us, like all the contingency workers, like all the cooks, all the chefs, everyone. Like we all got paid full paychecks over the pandemic. But so we were like thinking of stuff that we could do. So we were having like the upper management was coming up for things, they're like, oh, well, they're just sitting there getting paid. Let's have them like go to meetings and do stuff. So they were actually trying to figure shit that we could do during the week just so it wasn't like act like we weren't fucking doing nothing, which we still weren't. But so they were having like, we had all these culinary projects. Like you got to come up with a menu here, pick your theme. Like, I would do like Italian, right? So we had to do so many dishes, but then we had to pick a dish from that and we can either write a report on the dish, like the background, whatever, all that fun shit, right? Like the way to cook it, the techniques that were used. Or you can do something fun. So I chose to do videos. I'm like, I fucking love movies. I love filming. I like music, any of that shit. I love, dude. Like I have so much like recording equipment and stuff. Like most of it's in our storage unit because unfortunately where we live at, it's a little small and obviously we have a little one, so I can't steal
He'll
his
tear
room.
that up.
Right. And no, it's not that. It's just that I don't have my extra room because, we have a little one. You know what I mean? So I don't have like an extra room to set everything up at.
Right.
So, like I said, I was like into the movies and shit like that. So I thought I'd film it. So I went out, it's the pandemic. We were getting paid. We weren't doing anything. I was saving so much fucking money, dude.
Damn, that's such a rare time.
Right. So it was like, we weren't doing anything, right? Like we were literally just sitting on our asses and I wasn't doing anything. And, so I went out and just got on not just Amazon, but I think like Best Buy and did this other stuff and bought like, I don't know, $1,200, $1,300 worth of camera equipment. I bought lights, I bought camera, I bought tripods, I bought all kinds of, I still have it all, obviously. But I just started filming like these videos, like these like culinary videos, but I was doing different angles. Like it wasn't like, if you're going into, like, if you look at it, like, I don't know, the old Julia Childs ones, right? Like, if you look at the old culinary videos where it would just have a front face forward camera, right? And it was just like that, and they had different angles. But I was doing, like, angles. I look like fucking Quentin Tarantino, dude. Like, I was doing these shots of,
without the feet.
Yeah, right, without the feet. without the feet, which, I mean, then I guess I can't be putting, because
that's more
you
like,
got to have feet in there, man.
More like
right?
Michael Bay.
Yeah, more like Michael Bay without the explosions, right? But I was doing like all these fucking weird angles. I guess it would be more like a Toby Hooper, it's like the underground shots and shit, like in the original Texas Chainsaw. But I was doing like these weird angles and shit and making all these videos, and I was like adding my own music to it. I was cutting music and this, and this. I can't remember what program. I'll let you know. It's like I have, because I went out and bought a computer too, right? And the program I got was free. I think I ended up spending like $20 for it, like if I wanted the whole thing unlocked. But it was an awesome program for editing, so I was just using that, and that's all I was doing. Like, just every Wednesday I was shooting a video. It was like a scene at my house. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the wife would take the kids somewhere. And we had just moved into our new place, right? Because I think we moved in the end of 2020. It was like December. So we had just moved in. So, like, every Wednesday she would, take the baby to her grandmother's, and I would stay home and film. And, it just became this thing. And, like, I want to film a movie. Like, that's my biggest thing. Like, I want to, like, just do something. Like,
that would be fun.
Yeah, man. I think it'd be cool. And I got like, we have pretty much like we have a friend group that's collectively the same people, right? And, just like having people in the movie and just having people like, and I don't need any money. You know what I mean, dude? Like, here, you guys come help me film. I'll buy you a fucking pizza, right? Like,
yeah.
It's like just something stupid like that. Like, I don't know, man. I'm really like extremely like into that. Like that's why the whole thing about going to film school or going to do like the horror movie makeup, was a thing to me. Like I really wanted to do it. But the problem is my oldest at the time was younger. It was like an hour and a half drive from me to my hometown. You'd have to pretty much stay there all day, and I couldn't do it because I was working. So, and I had to work because I had a kid, and paying child support at the time, and I had to, I mean, it wasn't just that I had a kid, right? Like, whatever the child support was, that's fine. That's just, a thing you have to pay. Even if it wasn't for that, I'd still have other bills. Yeah. And I still had to fucking work, and I was in my 30s, because I didn't go to culinary school until I was like in my 30s.
What made you want to do that? But like, so obviously you probably steered somewhere because it's steered that way because the horror makeup and the film school was too far away. But like, but you always wanted to cook since you were a kid? Have you always been into it?
Yeah, I have been. Like, my grandmother was from Italy, so like, it was always a thing. It was always Sunday meal at her house. I grew up in a very Italian heavy area of Pennsylvania, like, Italian, Polish, pierogies are a huge thing in our area, which my wife totally loves. She's a huge pierogi fan. When she was pregnant, dude, I have to tell this story before I go to the college or anything because it's so fucking funny. We went, she was pregnant at this time. I can't remember how many months. She was almost ready to pop, seriously. I think it was like May, and he was born in July. So, she was out there.
Oh, yeah.
We went to like a fucking Pirates game, and she's like just out there, waddling around town. And so we go to the Strip District, right? And very popular just area in Pittsburgh, right? Very popular road. And like we go to this, I can't remember the name of the place. It's a very popular pierogi place. And you get like, I think it's like you could buy a dozen, but you can get orders as you're there. It's like a little restaurant. You know what I mean? Like it's not really a restaurant as much as it's like a store that has a cooking thing on it, like a kitchen on it. But it's like all, like they have pierogies, they have pigs in a blanket. You know what that is? Mm-hmm. And stuffed cabbage rolls, right? And stuff like that. So my wife gets there and eats pierogies. And we get like, I think I get 6 or something. I don't know, whatever. I get 6 and I'm sitting there eating them. And she gets like a 10-pack or whatever. Fucking scarfs them down, dude. I'm like, okay, well, do you want to get something to go? She's like, yeah. So I think we got like 2 12-packs. So we got 24 pierogies to go. Dude, I think she had like 10 left by the time we get home. Mind you, it's like a 45-minute drive. She's just in the car in the front seat eating them. We get home. She makes the rest of them. I think she ate them all But yeah, that's just my wife and a pierogi story.
So does your kid love pierogies now? Does he love them?
Yeah, no.
No?
He's a picky dude. He's 6. He's a picky fucking eater. These fucking kids, man.
I saw him picking the pepperoni off the pizza earlier.
These fucking kids, I'm telling you, man. Like, and it's like, he used to eat like different shit, but then as he gets older, they find out they like this shit. And then my oldest was like that too, until he was like 13. And then he started being more of an ambitious eater, And you would think me being a chef and like some of the shit we bring home or some of the shit we get, but he's stuck in his way. He likes what he likes, and that's it.
He's an old soul.
He is, man. He's an old soul, dude. But back to the cooking thing, because I digressed. It was so weird the way it came about because, like, a lot of people at that time, because that's like kind of when like the Food Network culinary boom was going on.
Oh yeah, with Emerald.
Right.
Emerald.
And like even after that, like all these like the Food Network was becoming a big thing, right? So
got kicked up a notch.
Right, it did. Right, sir. So I was saying, like, I was a grinder at a plastic plant, like a material handler, a plastic plant at the time. Like, this building had been in our fucking town for years. You know what I mean? Like, they have these old steel mills and shit like that. And it's like this old plastic plant. They got bought out like 2 or 3 times, but it had been there forever, right? So this major company bought it, that I was working there. And then I got another job as a maintenance guy for a whole building that a guy I knew, his mother was opening up. Essentially, it was, I don't think it was state ran, but it was kind of like a building where, homeless people could come in.
Oh, yeah.
And they could get like the help they need. They had like a
soup
game
kitchen?
room. Kind of, but not really. It was a lot better than that. It was kind of like they had a game room, like they had a pool table, like they had video games. Like it was really cool, like what they had done. I don't even remember the name of it now, but I only worked there for maybe like 7 months, 8 months, right? Maybe a little bit longer. And, at the time it was like, you didn't make that much back then. This is like the early 2000s. You weren't making that much money. It's Pennsylvania. I was making maybe $9-10 an hour, maybe $8, $9, $10 an hour.
That's still pretty higher, a lot higher than minimum wage.
Well, for the shit town I grew up at, it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Back then, yeah, because
right.
that was decent money in 2000.
Yeah, so it was still a shit job. Like my life wasn't going anywhere. I'm like, God damn it. I'm like, what the fuck can I do? So I had thought about culinary school for a brief moment because it's, to me, it was still art, right? Yeah. Like I wanted to do something artistic. And going to like horror movie, like it wasn't going to fucking happen. Like there's just no way I could have done it unless I moved there but I couldn't be away from my son, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, which once I tell you the story of me going to culinary school, you're gonna be like, okay, well, you couldn't move to Menneson because I ended up moving to California for culinary school. Yeah, but it was only for like a year, and it wasn't even a year. I think my schooling was like 6 months. Which is crazy. You know what I mean? Like they essentially got you in, taught you the basics, classically trained you, and then threw you out to the fucking wolves. So literally every person that I went to culinary school with, I'm the only one that's still in the culinary profession.
What? Yeah. Really?
Yeah, my class was small. There might be like some people that were that came for the pastry part of it. But literally through it all, yeah, I'm like the only one that's like still doing it as a career. Yeah, it's fucking weird. It's like a lot of, like, it's almost like people just went to go. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just something they were going to do. Like, I don't know. It's
like they just decided, like, I'll try that out.
Right.
And it never worked out for them.
Right. And, like, one thing that I never knew that I wish I would have known back then, I probably could have skipped the whole culinary school thing. I'm glad I didn't because like I built like friends here, right? Yeah. Like I built like people in the culinary world that I knew here. A lot of them aren't around here anymore, but still like I kind of, made a couple friends from it. So I don't regret that part. But like the thing I kind of regret is like, you don't really have to go to fucking culinary school. You can skip it. Walk into a restaurant, get a job, Start your way from the bottom up to the top. If you have the passion in you to cook and you have a chef that's willing to teach you what you want to know, you'll do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can do it. Like, there's no reason. Like, that's my opinion about it. I know there's probably chefs that are old school. They're like, no, you need to go. No, the fuck you don't.
They only say that in a French accent, though.
Right, yeah, I know, right? And I'm not even going to do that. But it's funny because it's like, don't. Like, I know, so, you know, where I'm at now, I'm a kitchen man. So I run 2 kitchens and, like, some concepts, which are, like, I guess, like, if you have, I'm trying to think of like a taco truck would be like a concept, right? Like, that would kind of be a concept. Like, they do one thing. Like, so we have our cafes and we run our main food, like, which the menus switch by country and food every day. So one day it could be Korean, next day it could be like Moroccan food. The next day it'll be something else. Next day it'll be something else, like Greek and Japanese, right? So it changes daily and weekly. But the concepts are like I have a sandwich shop. So they just do strictly sandwiches. They do the same thing every week. You come up, order a sandwich. I have a pizza place. It's the same thing every week. We change our specials on Tuesday and Thursday, but it's the same thing. And then I have another like area, you know, that's another cafe that I run. It's like 3 buildings down. And then it has a taqueria inside of it. And it's the menu changes. But it's still the same thing. It's a taqueria 5 days a week. It doesn't change. It doesn't go from like Mexican food to something drastic. It's just constantly always Mexican food.
Right.
So I have, so I'm like the top guy there. So I would be the sous chef, right? Which is the chef manager. I run all those cafes, right? And then below me is a junior sous chef, which they manage the team. They manage the workers, right? The line cooks, the DMOs, the dish machine operators, right? And stuff like that. They manage them. So, but I know like JSCs that, you know, I hired that are now managing kitchens that they just started as a dishwasher. They came
really?
They came in and started washing dishes. And they're like, hey, I want to prep. So, you know, and depending on what kind of manager you have, if you have a good manager, it's like, yeah, I see something in you, I'm going to show you some stuff, and then we'll see where it goes. And then they just end up becoming good, and they get passionate about it, you know, and that's what it is. And it's funny because I don't know if it's just me being the honest human being I am, because I just I just don't give a fuck anymore. And it's like, do I love what I do? Fuck yeah, man. I do. I enjoy it. I enjoy the challenge of it. You know, the fact that someone is trusting me to run these 2 multi-million-dollar cafes, because our food is not slouchy food. Like, it's not, you're not gonna get fucking McDonald's food. Like, this is like, you know, top of the line. Like, we serve duck, we serve lamb. Like, we're serving food that are like the country of origin. We're serving like their dishes. Like,
can like a commoner like myself go in there? You can go in there?
You cannot.
No.
The only way that you would
be an employee, right?
Yes, you have to be an employee. The only way you would be able to come in is if not me, because I can't get anybody in because I technically don't work for Meta. I work at Meta, but I don't work for Meta. I work for a different company. But if you knew someone who was a Meta employee, they can get you in like in a guest thing. But that was the only way you can get in.
Yeah.
But there's always cool shit there, man. Like, they always have like cool stuff going on. Like, you know.
Tell me more about this food that I'll never be able to have.
I know, right? So, no, it's fucking awesome, dude, because you're not going to get, like, I have restaurant experience, right? Like, I have a background in that. Like, that's what I work. Like, I was in my 30s, early 40s, working a saute line at SFO, okay, in Terminal 1 in a restaurant called Perry's, where we were open from 3 a.m. to 11:30 at night, to 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah. Oh, God.
So we were doing breakfast, we were doing brunch, then we go right into lunch, and we didn't stop. Like, there wasn't a stop period. Like, when we opened for breakfast, we were open from breakfast until we closed for dinner. So when you were switching, I was making eggs Benedict for someone, right? And then all of a sudden it switched to brunch. We didn't stop and say, okay, let's hold off on the orders. No, we had a prep team that would come in and they would actually be switching out all our 6 pans and shit as we were cooking.
Because I imagine like, okay, this is the last egg I'm cooking today.
Right. And that's not what you were doing. They were switching it out. And we were serving like, the only thing that was cool about it is every morning they would give us, they would get an email from the airport, a list of how many people they were expecting in the terminal. And we were the only sit-down restaurant. In that terminal, because Terminal 1 was really small. So think about it, knowing that you have 36,000 people coming through the terminal that day. How many of those people do you think you're going to serve? You're going to serve a fucking shitload.
Yeah.
Especially if you got flights that are like business people that come in that have 3 hours to kill in between flights.
That's what I do, yeah.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Like when you fly out, or like even when I fly out, like I did go on last year around this time for what was around Christmas. I went to Meta in Seattle because they were having a party and they needed help. And so they literally flew me up for a day for like I flew up on a Thursday morning and came home Friday afternoon, right? So, and even like me, when I did that, like I went to the hotel, I sat down, or the airport, right? I sat down. It was a rainy day. Oh, no shit, in Seattle, right? And a buddy of mine lives up there, but I went to high school with. I haven't fucking seen since high school, but he unfortunately was working that day, so we couldn't get together. And I was like, well, you know what? I'm just going to go to the fucking airport. So I went to the airport, sat down, got a seat, watched some TV, watched some fucking videos on my phone and waited for my flight, right? But, we were serving so many people, man. And even people that are in the bar, the businessmen that come in, they just sit at the bar. Yeah. And they just drink. And then they order, then they start getting hungry. You know what I mean? Then they start ordering shit. And we were just fucking slammed. I could look at you. We are fucking slammed. You don't know.
I mean, it's like it's your diner atmosphere kind of, but it's like you're constantly going. You have to do all these 3 meals plus you have to serve alcohol. Right. At an airport, you have to.
Right. You have to.
And the last call is basically everybody else's last call. What, 1 or 2 a.m. Right? Or you said 3.
Right.
And then you open back up at like what, 6?
No. Last call, we closed at 11:30 because by then most flights are done, right? Or we closed at 11. I got off at 11:30. We open back up at 3 a.m. because there's like 4 and 5 o'clock flights. Yeah. So what happened was we would clean up. We would do our cleaning. Like we would do wipe down our our stuff and wipe down our whatever. We would wipe down our shit, right? But we wouldn't touch the stovetop, and they had a cleaning crew that would come in and do that. And that's what they would do from midnight to 3, is they would just clean. And then we would morning team would come in at 3 a.m. and then we'd open. Yeah. So the bar would open, I think, at 3 a.m.
God, yeah, because you go in there and you get that early morning Bloody Mary, right? That 5:30 a.m. Bloody Mary, dude. And you don't realize like these guys have been here for a while still,
right? Well, and it's crazy, too, because you think about that. I know it's so funny because people would be like, how can someone drink at 3 a.m.? Dude, I used to work the fucking dead shift. I used to work the midnight shift when years and years ago, like in the mid-2000s, right? Early 2000s, I worked a midnight where I worked from midnight to 8 in the morning. And there was a bar by our work that would open up at 7 in the morning for people getting off the late shift. So I'd be fucking drunk by like 9 o'clock, eating fucking hamburgers and shit, or eating breakfast.
Well, because that's your night.
Right, exactly.
You're just living a vampire life.
Exactly. And, some of these people are, they're flying from other countries. Like, they're coming in from all over the world. Like, yeah, they want to get a drink at 3 a.m. because technically it's their, midnight. It's 3 a.m. Like, people are still drinking at 3 a.m., right? So it's crazy. But I will put that on anybody. Like, right now for our cafe, I mean, we can serve, anywhere, 12, 13, 1,400 people a day, right? And that's typical. But go work. Anybody wants to challenge that, I tell them to go fucking work at a high volume kitchen.
Right. Like that's wild.
Not buffet style, because what we do is kind of buffet style, but not really. Like we do cook in bulk, but we're serving like they get their plate and they walk through the line like it's a buffet. But
it's
we're
like a
still
stadium.
Yeah, it's kind of like exactly.
If you go to like the club level or something of a stadium, and you go, you walk around, you're like, ooh, I'll have one of these.
Right.
But there's somebody constantly making that shit, bringing it. It's not just one, like, it's not like Sizzler.
Right, exactly. And like, but I challenge anybody, man. I was 40 years old and I'm running fucking circles around these dudes because I'm like, you know, I just grew up with that blue collar worker. Like it's you were raised to do, right? And it was just so fucking crazy there to see like how these operations go. And you know, I digress again, but that's how you go back into telling people like, just if this is what you want to do, go walk into a kitchen and ask. You know, especially here, like going in the city, 90% of the time they're going to be hiring, or go through a temp agency, you know, and be like, I want to start as a DMO. And if you're good enough and you really show drive, like, don't think we can't tell. Like, we can tell. Like, I'm trained to notice all that shit. Like, I've been in this industry a long time. I can tell when someone wants to do it and when someone doesn't want to do it.
And you have to have some pretty thick skin to work in that anyway, because maybe not where you're at now, but certainly when you're at the airport, people are flipping out at you. People are yelling, pissed. They're getting belligerent. You know, maybe not now because they're all employees. Like, they kind of... They don't want to make that scene. Yeah. You know? They don't want to be that guy. Really?
Yeah, we're not talking about Meta in general. Not talking about that. But you'd be surprised because I've worked at other places that are, you know, like that. And, you know, some people they're just people. You're working with people, man. Like, you're not just going to go to, like, you know, you could probably work at a church function and people are going to freak out on you. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying about anywhere I worked. But just the industry in a whole is changing. Like the way that the chefs are treating employees, the way that the companies are treating their employees, it's changing for the better. Like, dude, I was already in my 30s working these places. I'll be goddamned if I'm going into a place and having some dude younger than me screaming at me behind a kitchen. I'm like, dude, I'll hit you with a fucking frying pan. Yeah. Like, that's not me now. Like, I would, but I mean, that's like, you know, you walk in these places, man, like, it's not like the 80s and 90s where, you know, people would just walk in and treat you like shit and get away with it. Like, nowadays, it's like, treat these fucking people with respect. They're just trying to put food in their family's mouths.
Everybody has a reputation to keep up to at this point. And it's very accessible to let people know that this place sucks or this guy's an asshole or whatever. Or they yell at their employees behind the counter.
And you know, it will ruin careers, and good, like rightfully so. A lot of fucking people in this world need their careers ruined because of the assholeness they proceed.
And like in that industry, it builds a lot of character. Like, it's almost like everybody should be involved in that in some way, dude. You know, to make to at least to put yourself in that position. Like, if something comes out cold, just send it back. Don't flip out and like insult the person or anything like that. You know, And when you're at the airport, I mean, I can't imagine that there's really any place that's higher volume than that. Or higher. And it's not only the higher volume, but these people that are coming in, they are on edge because they don't want to miss their flight. They just went through this massive security line. They have to be on a plane for a long time.
Well, and see, talking about that, it's kind of like a double-edged sword because, yes, I feel that, and this is talking to you fucking people, I feel that if you're going to go into a restaurant and be a complete fucking dickhead to somebody because maybe something's not specifically your liking, I think that there should be a law that person has to go in the fucking kitchen and work for a half hour and see what we do, or even a fucking hour or a shift and see what we do, because it's not fucking easy work. Now with the airport thing, the only problem with that is, yes, I agree, people do make mistakes, but also that should be more on us too, because a lot of the people that are coming in to eat are in a hurry. And they're not sitting down. And even if they are sitting down to eat, they don't have like 3 hours to waste unless they have a layover, right? So the whole point of that is to try and make the food as best you can and serve it to them hot. That's my biggest thing with restaurants. No one serves their goddamn food hot, man. And that pisses me off. It's like, that's all we want is a nice hot meal, you know?
Damn.
And it's a thing, man. You know, like like I said, it's a double-edged sword in this industry. Like, you know, you are almost, you have to be perfect on your food.
Yeah.
Like, but that's what also makes you or breaks you as a chef. That's what either makes you a chef. Like, you know, in this industry, to be called a chef, you have to earn that. And people use that term loosely. And it kind of makes me mad too, because I've been doing this for a long time and I busted my fucking ass off to earn that title, chef. But then you know, you go into these small kitchens, people that are just line cooks that, you know, don't know that are making roux and then just throwing in a bunch of milk and calling it a bechamel. I mean, I'll explain to you.
You can't call that a bechamel.
Yeah, right? Goddamn.
God,
but the way I was trained is you got to do it from the beginning. You make your roux in the fucking pot. You make the goddamn bechamel. And the thing about it is these people are the ones that, oh, I'm a chef. No, you're not, dude. You don't know how to fix shit. Like, if something breaks, how do you fix it? If something happens, how do you fix it and keep your cool? You know what I mean? A lot of people are just like line cooks and then they automatically think they're chefs. But if you put them in an actual chef position, they'll fucking crumble like a cookie, dude. I've seen it happen so many times, you know, where you have to be able to take that pressure and you have to be able to fix shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you know, I don't know, something's undercooked or something like that. You know what I mean? And they don't know how to fix it or they overcook something or something like that. Like, you need to be able to work under that pressure and be able to do it. And it's, you know, when you have like, you know, 600, 700 people waiting in line for food, you better come up with a fucking solution real quick.
God, yeah.
You know, we do a lot, man. And it's just... Like I do a lot of stuff like behind the desk too. Like I do a lot of ordering and stuff like that. So, you know, I don't spend as much time in the kitchen anymore. But also too, man, my bones hurt, dude. Fucking old man. I barely cook at home. I'm not gonna fucking lie to you, dude. My wife I'll be the first to tell you. I don't do it. And my theory about it is, you know, do I like food and do I like cooking? Yeah. Am I passionate about it? No. It's not my favorite passion. It's not like, do I enjoy it and am I good at it? Fuck yeah. I love it. I mean, I didn't get where I'm at from not being good and just, you know, blowing smoke up people's ass. Like I busted my ass off and put in my time and I got very good at it. And that's why I'm in the position I'm in. But also too, at the same time, would I rather be like in 10-degree weather filming someone getting their head cut off with a chainsaw for a fucking movie? Fuck yeah, man. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want to do. Like, I want to be out there doing that. Or would I rather be like on stage playing music in front of people? Yeah, that's what I want to do. But this is my career. This is what I chose, and it feeds my family, and it puts food on my table, and it puts a roof over our head, and puts clothes, you know? And not taking away from my wife. My wife works her fucking ass off. But us together collectively, you know what I mean? We're doing what we need to do as a family and as a whole, and that's what we chose to do. So, you know, it is what it is. Until I get, you know, I'll make an underground movie, but until I get fucking, if I'm not getting paid millions, I'm not going to leave my job to make a $20 fucking horror movie.
Right. So, but before we go,
yes,
you mentioned you don't really cook, but what is your favorite thing to make? Like your favorite, even if it's like, for me, it's tacos because that's the only thing I can really do well.
Right.
Or a breakfast burrito.
Right.
But it ends there. My whole culinary experience basically ends there. So what about you?
Man. So it's so fucking weird because I can be as simple as just doing a seared steak, right? Or like any kind of braised beef with like an Espanol sauce, which is kind of like a... like you're kind of taking beef stock and, you know, you're adding like wine and like you're cooking it down, right? Like you're adding wine, you're adding like tomato base or whatever and cooking everything down and making like a really rich fucking beef sauce, like on a braised beef or something. Or like tacos and shit, man. Like I do too. Like who doesn't like fucking tacos? And it's, you know, and as much as people want to say it, like I thought I knew everything I knew about tacos when I grew up in Pennsylvania until I fucking moved here. And I'm like, I have absolutely no idea what the fuck I'm doing. Yeah. Like, I had white people taco night at my house, dude, like ground beef. And then I get here and I'll tell you what, man, my team, they fucking, dude, they're amazing. The culinary team I have, dude, they're amazing. Like, even, like, you never stop learning in this industry.
Yeah.
You never do. Like, I don't give a fuck what you are. Like, even you can call yourself a Gordon Ramsay. He never stops learning.
Yeah.
Like, you even watch some of his shows where he goes into other countries and tries to cook their dish, and their chefs are like, what the fuck is this idiot?
Like
you know
shit.
what I mean? It looks like dog shit or tastes like, or it's not the same thing. His pad thai, which was fucking funny. You got to watch his pad thai. You know, the chef's like, she was trying to make pad thai. Is fucking funny. But anyway, it's like you're always learning, and just my team's amazing. And like, it's about growth. So it's like, I don't know. Like, I can say like, yeah, I like this. I like that. Like, I like making pierogies at home. I like, making this. I like making that. There's not like a really go-to dish I have to. It's really, what do I like for that day? What do I want that day? What do I want this weekend? What do I want? Like, we have a mutual friend, Patrick, which is, you see his Facebook post, like it's so incredible to watch because like every week now he's like cooking something different. He's like this, and I'll put my smirky little fucking comments on Patrick. I love you, buddy. I'm just fucking with you. But I'm like,
Yinzers for life, right?
Right. Yeah, right, dude. I'm like, did you do this? Did you do that? You know what I mean? Did you do this with the meat, and did you velvet the meat? Because he was making stir fry one time, and essentially velveting is when you take like water and baking powder, you like put it together and you like mix it within the meat. You see it a lot in like a lot of Japanese and Chinese cooking. They do it because it makes it tender. You know what I mean? And like the longer you soak it, like the more tender it gets. You could also mix like egg yolk in it, and it makes the beef tender. So in that way, when you fry it or whatever, or saute it, it just comes out real tender. But like I'll make stupid comments like that, and he'll make his comments bad, or he'll just laugh at the post. But it's shit like that. And like I like seeing that. I'd love to see that, man. Like, there's never too late to get into cooking. Like, cooking is a extremely useful skill. Like, I even taught my oldest son, like, some things. And my youngest son, Alistair, he was so fucking into it. Like, he knows what all the mixers are for. I can walk him around my kitchen at work on video, and he can name all the equipment. Like, but I think it's such an important skill to teach our kids.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good skill to know. Like, it's a very useful skill. You're eating healthy, you're saving money, you learn how to do it. It's a very, like changing your oil.
Yeah,
right?
It's
like,
doing something with your hands. Because with AI, it's
right.
That's all we're going to have left.
Right, dude. Like, we grew up in that era where, like, I could help you. We could change our oil. We could change the training fluid. Doing this, changing our brakes on our car.
Well, we could not change the training fluid in this because I JB welded the pan onto the. But in any other car, yes.
Anyway, Jesus Christ, Josh, I love you, man. But it's just like shit like that, right? Like changing our brakes. Like these skills are dying out, and these are skills like I feel like our kids need. Like they need them because there's gonna be a bunch of fucking zone heads walking around and. It's just crazy to me. Like, if my son's starving, he's somewhere and he has food, he's going to know how to cook it. You know what I mean? My oldest and my youngest will probably be there one day, The wife, that's another thing. No, well, I'm just kidding, honey. I love you. I know, right? She's not around right now, so I'm sure. But she's getting better. She makes like this chili Achilles thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like on whenever, she's gotten really good at it and she enjoys doing it, so.
Oh, yeah.
She's amazing. But yeah, dude, so it's, teach your fucking children how to cook, man. Teach them. Telling you it's useful skill. And to change their fucking oil.
There you go.
Right.
All right, Jim.
All right, brother.
Thanks for coming by.
Yeah, man.
Always a pleasure. We'll do this again.
Very pleasure. Yes, sir.
All right.
All right, man.
See you guys.
See you. Bye.